Right. I talk to adults, so that's a refresher. All right. Come down the stairs. Got my guidance. I'm safe to do that. This moment in time. Okay. The time to stopwatch. You have set time. It's green light go. You don't need to be afraid to go out of the room right now. I'm talking to adults. With all I've seen and witnessed, any adult would pause and seek guidance. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And so that's how I roll in my house. It's my personal business. I choose to put that on social media. So I had the confidence from my spiritual guidance to go ahead and go. The fire alarm, I had a set time. I had my timer ticking on my phone. The fire alarm went off in this house about 4 minutes before my alarm to go downstairs to get my laundry was about to come to. So I wasn't going to rush out there with the fire alarm. But I knew they'd play with the fire alarm here, so they did. It went off 3 consecutive times. That all started since the alleged Al-Qaeda terrorist moved in upstairs. Alleged Al-Qaeda terrorist, female gang member moved in upstairs. This whole time I lived here, the fire alarm never went off. Russ set a fire when I first moved in. Ask Juan, he put it out. That was the only actual legit fire. The fire alarm goes off here because of drug smoke, and I smell it. All right, I don't smell it today. She's doing something funny if she's here. Whatever. The other one I allege does drugs too. The fire alarm, from what I've witnessed, goes off ever since she moved in here. I correlate it to drugs. All right? All right, so I wasn't going to go running out there with the fire alarm and all this chaos. I figured they would fiddle with it. It was my time to go. I paused. I asked for guidance. Yeah, go. This is your time to go, man, especially in this house. Get down there and do it now. So I went down there, and she was downstairs, fiddling with the face cover of the fire alarm. She left the face cover of the fire alarm on that mantle that I took a picture where the Drano was. She leaves all kinds of stuff there. She had 2 packages in her name on there earlier. She seems to have taken them into her living quarters upstairs. I don't know. That's where I imagine she took them. And now it's just the empty mantle with the lid to the fire alarm on it now. Last I saw placed there. So I come down the stairs, and my gut instinct is to stand right there and stare her down. For one, she's playing with the fire alarm. For two, I have a right to stare her down if I want to. I can stare her down. I'm not doing nothing but staring her down. There's no big deal. Dude, I'm going to stare you down because I feel like it. Because I've heard and seen a lot here. I've witnessed a lot of crimes. All right? And I've put them all on the internet. We're talking to adults. I'm going to stare you down. Because of you and your crimes, I got to move double time, double speed now. So I'm a little pissed off. So you know what? I'm going to stare you down. And that's all I did. I stood right there in the hallway. I knew I was safe. There wasn't going to be no crazy fucking gang members rushing me. I stood there and I stared her down. And to be clear, I stood about 6-7 feet away from her. I stood a healthy feet distance away from her because I think she's a psychotic, dangerous criminal for one. I do believe that. That's what I fucking believe from what I've witnessed. And for two, I don't need to start anything, right? I'm not trying to start no drama. So I stand a healthy 5-7, God no, it was 6-7 feet away from her. Easy 6 feet. And I just stand there with 2 feet firmly planted. And I stare her down. That's what I did. I said nothing. I didn't come near her. I didn't take no picture. I didn't move 1 inch on my arm, on my leg, on my face. I just stood there, still, firm, strong, and stared her down. That's what I did. All right? That's clear? So what I did caused her to put the fire alarm thing down really fast, not look at me, get really, really scared behavior, scared. I'm standing the fuck way far away from her. All I'm doing, again, is staring her down and making sure she sees me standing there. All right? I'm holding my phone. She says in a high-pitched voice, and she's terrified. Her voice is trembling. This is the type of trembling that if you get cold busted shoplifting, or you get cold busted and the police rush you, you tremble. You talk exactly like she was. Exactly like that. It's hard for me to even act it out. She talked in her instant high-pitched voice, which I've noticed through this last over a year, her voice sometimes goes high or is regular. And she goes, as she's trembling her voice is. And I'm standing 6 to 7 feet away from her. I ain't even moving. I'm just standing there. She says, if you take a picture of me, that's violating my privacy. She was terrified of me standing there. Totally fucking terrified. She split, and she's saying that as she's going up the stairs. And then as she's going up just the first flight of stairs, she goes like this, whipping her head around 2 times in a row. I presume to see if I'm taking a picture, but I don't think it was just that. This bitch, I have documented, is very paranoid of me even coming anywhere near her. All right? And we know, we're talking to adults. I'm not a dangerous or scary person. We know I'm talking to adults, not no crazy nobody else. I'm talking to adults. Everything I've documented here. Right, so that doesn't look good for this bitch. No, she's mad paranoid and mad scared. Why do you think she's so scared that I'm just standing there? You think it's something she had planned? You think it's something she had planned and it didn't work out? That's kind of why I stood there. In case there's a possibility, that was partly why I stood there. And I wanted to see, why are you playing with the fire alarm? Why don't you just stop smoking so much drugs in the house? All right? God bless America. Say goodbye.